My wife at one point said, you know, just tell me something to do. And I said, dear, I can't. I don't know what to do at this point. And so there was many points to that where you come to total exhaustion in a disaster, and you have to recognize that. So one of the things we learned during the recovery was to ask people for simple things, like saying, please have me over to your house for dinner and promise to me that we won't talk about the flood. Like, you have to lead a life beside the recovery life in order to be sane and to have the energy to go the next day to do it. So that was helpful. People had us over on a regular basis to their house, and we would have a nice dinner, relax, and we'd come back the next day feeling like, oh, I can do this for another day. And so that way we really got out of the danger period much faster than other people. Yeah, one of the things that kind of surprises you, and this surprises me at this point, that it's a year later, and yet when there's certain parts of it come up, I'm kind of surprised by the emotions, the bodily emotions that I still have that are contained, you know, and it's like you get a heavy rain at night and all of a sudden you find yourself feeling, oh no. But the other part of it that I was really kind of surprised was a friend of mine who had been into something similar years previously. When I talked to him about helping us out, he had a hard time focusing on it because it brought back the pain of his situation, and it was like you don't even realize it. And that's something that's going to happen when you go through some sort of disaster, is that you may be a little bit disaster averse. You know, when other disasters come up, you can kind of feel like, oh no, I know what this means. And you can have a heartfelt compassion for the people who are going through, and yet feel a little bit like you're going to want to close down too, because it's painful. The experience is a painful one. It's not something that you would look to go through again. You know, it does have positive aspects in that you can see yourself as part of a greater community, but it has that painful aspect that, yeah, this is a difficult thing, and it's good to recognize that and not just to, minimize the impact, because it does have an impact. And once you can realize that it doesn't have to have one that overrides your ability to do things. You don't have to be a victim to feel emotional about it. It's part of the emotionality, is part of the experience, but it doesn't have to lead to you feeling like I can't do anything. What it can lead to is having this positive experience of doing it with other people and having people join in. And then that makes the emotional part that's really, you're like incredibly thankful. And it's like every day I walk into the shop and I think, you know, without the help of other people, I wouldn't be here. And so it's a good part of gratitude in that regard.